Hello and welcome to my channel. We are live tonight and general chit chat. Basically, we're going to be talking about um, most things about gaming, probably, and general life as it is, basically. So it seems to be okay. So, hope the sound's okay. So, yeah, if you want to join me, you can do. I have put a short up for it. So, yeah. You know what I mean? I love the arcades. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's going to be a game room tour this week. I will get that done this week. I really haven't had a chance to basically do anything in the past few weeks. I've been so busy. Bowls are taking over, but I will be able to get a diary together and literally put in dates when I have to do stuff because it's hard enough trying to get things fitted in, being honest. But I will get it done. We'll have something like that. It's one of those where I'm tired. I've had a long few weeks. You know what I mean? But there's not a lot I can do about it. I will be trying to put out videos as much as I can when I can. It's one of those where life has taken over. So yeah. I do like the Street Fighter arcade though. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, you know what I mean? Things to collect in 2026. I suppose it's going to be the 32X. I've been on about it for at least 3-4 months, maybe longer now. I'll probably save up for that. I'm just getting used to getting used to things being paid on a different day. Instead of a Friday, it's normally Tuesday at the moment. So the money's a bit tight, but we will sort it out at some point. It's one of those where basically the changeover has happened, but it's all the case of it's just getting used to it. I'll be happy when I get settled, being honest, because it's done me head in. Anyway, you know what I mean? Does anybody know how much I'm going to look for the Nomad, a handheld, Sega handheld called a Nomad. I think it's about 300 quid, I think. That's a bit expensive, but we might be able to sort that out as well. So yeah, want to chat? Please chat. Tell me if you collected anything lately. I know, I collected quite a bit in 2025. I suppose I've been lucky. I've had relations and stuff like that help. It's one of those. It's a bit dark in the background. I have changed a few things in the room, which I will get the room tour done because I actually got more space than I thought now. Behind me here, I changed the unit as you can see. The other unit was falling apart. It couldn't handle the weight of the hi-fi. My mate gave me this and the bigger TV, which is good. So I filled that gap up, which I've been on about doing for a while. So I have got a sound bar to go with it, but I don't know whether I want it or not. It's a good sound bar, but it's all the case of, number one, it's got Bluetooth, but it connects to the phone, but the music doesn't come out for some reason. I don't know. It's just probably me with a connectivity thing. I don't know. I'd have to sort that out, take a look. I might use it. I may not. If not, I can give it away to somebody. That's fine. I don't mind that. I have got a little giveaway, Evercade giveaway for my channel. I will be doing that. I'll be doing a giveaway for an Evercade cartridge. I've got a double. I don't know why I bought a double. Something in my head said I didn't have it. I know that I haven't. I've got double of it. I'll take a check sometime this week before my next video goes out. Get that done. Anybody can win that cartridge. If I've got any other cartridges that are double, I will put it as a bundle. Yeah, I will figure that one out as I go along. Yeah, Nomad is a system that I'm after. 32X, anything Sega related, probably. I've got too many Mega Drives. I don't need Mega Drives. I've got them count me out year-olds, being honest. But it is what it is. There's not a lot I can do. You know what I mean? I love my Mega Drives anyway. So yeah, I'm tired. You know what I mean? You know, I've been busy the past few weeks sorting out things, especially finances. It's one of those stupid ones. You know what I mean? You think you got used to something and then the government ruins it. You know, it's one of those. You know what I mean? Anyway, Nomad is a system that I am after. 32X, yeah. That's on my hit list. It's been on my hit list for a while. The Tower of Power, as they call it. Just 32X is around about £240 on CEX unboxed. In a box, it's for 300 and something, 350. It's one of them crazy ones where you pay almost £200 for a box, which is okay. If you're a box kind of person, that's fine. I don't collect boxes. I say boxes, don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? I say boxes, there's nothing wrong with boxes, but where do you put them all? You know, it's one of those where basically, good question, where do you put all the boxes? You know, you ain't got space for boxes, it ain't going to work. So it's one of those. It's one of those crazy ones. It depends on what I'm going to collect this year. You know what I mean? Tanya's literally said it's probably be games and a couple of consoles. So, you know, I know the PS6 has been put on hold. They're 2027 to 28 now. Due to the chips, I think they're expensive. They were saying something like that. You know, so we got a couple of years before that turns up. You have to collect both, don't you? The new Xbox is due out 2027, 28 at the same time. I just think, yeah, you collect both. If you're a collector like me, you might as well collect both. Yeah, craziness. You know what I mean? You know, yeah. As I say, changes to the room. There's quite a bit, but it actually made, as I said, it's actually made more space. Being honest, you know what I mean? I wasn't expecting that unit there to make more space, but it has done. You know what I mean? Because I ain't got nothing in front of it, which is good. Yeah, so things change. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, I've got a list of stuff that I want to collect. You know, I suppose the Atari Jaguar would probably be another console that I'll probably be after sometime this year. So they say we got 11 and a half months before that happens. I'm aiming to be moved out from this place before then as well. So I'll have probably, hopefully, fingers crossed, once all the information has been sorted out, you know what I mean, we'll be able to move into a bigger place. Means I'll have a room to myself. That means, you know what I mean, it gives me time to myself. At the moment, Tanya's taking priority because she's been ill, so there's not a lot I can do about that. You know what I mean? I can only go by day and play bowls twice a week. At the moment, it's twice a week. Now, I mean, plus I'm captain of the bowls club, so I'm actually organising the teams, putting the teams out, making sure it's okay with the opposition. It's one of those, you know what I mean? I've been wanting to do that for a while. So, hi Chris. I've been wanting to do that for a while. I put my name in. I was the only name in, even though we need a mid-week captain. So, I mean, we've actually sorted out vice captains and stuff like that now. So we are covered. Yeah. How much is the Nomad Sega Nomad? It's It's only a small screen on a big console, isn't it? On a big handheld. Well, I mean, it's one of those crazy ones. Is it worth collecting? Maybe. I don't know. You know, I mean, there's 3 of us here tonight, which is good. You know, when you want to chat, please chat. It's one of those. You're just listening, that's okay. You know, it's a bit darker in here. As Tanya's asleep, so you know, I'm quite happy the way the room's turned out, though. You know what I mean? Because I've done the TV unit behind me just before Christmas. I think it was Christmas Eve. I put the unit in. You know, it needed to be done. The unit was there. The old unit was falling apart. Hi-fi's heavy, so you know, I mean, one of my friends around the corner decided to literally give me a couple of bits, and I said, "Yeah, I'll take them." So I did. I'm happy with the TV there now. 32-inch TV. It's not a smart TV. You know, Tony, we have not got a system. We got you get it. That's true. You know what I mean? You know, the system we got to get it. That's right. Yeah, there's a system. I mean, I'm after the Nintendo Entertainment System. That's another thing that's on my list. But they're not bad in price, being honest. About 100 quid, aren't they? Something like that. You can get one for about £100. Don't quote me on it. You know, that can go sit here next to the Super Nintendo. Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, I'm happy with the bar tops that I got. You know what I mean? I've done a short on it. You know what I mean? The Street Fighter one's good. This one's good. It's got 5 games on it. So 5 Street Fighter games, all different versions. Brilliant. You know, plus I've got the Evercade bar top, which is the Final Fight one. I like that. You know, it's one of those where basically relations, you know, especially one relation which you ain't gonna mention because she just if I send her a link to something, she'd buy it. Which basically I won't do now. She spent enough money, lover. You know, I calculated that she spent around about £1,500, I think. Oh dear. I know she's not going to take it with her, lover, but I don't expect anything from her. But she knows I've got a channel, so you know, I mean, brilliant. So anybody's collecting anything else? As I said, I have got an Evercade cartridge that's a double that I'm giving away because I bought a double of it. I don't know why. I thought I had that cartridge, but I found out since then that I've actually got a double of it. So I will give that away. I mean, as for the soundbar, anybody, you know what I mean? I'll check it first, make sure it works. You know what I mean? Because I have got the space, but it's not the case of I don't particularly want to use it, you know, because I'm using the hi-fi through that TV there. You know, what is it, Tone? I will let you know. I will let you know, Chris. As soon as, you know what I mean, I've forgotten which one it is. I'll put it up on the shelf thinking, I've already got that one. You know what I mean? Hang on, let me check. Let's check on my phone. It depends where I got it from as well, Chris. You know what I mean? Because if it's an eBay purchase, you know what I mean? I'll check eBay now. My eBay purchases. Tomb Raider. God, it might be the Tomb Raider one, Chris. You know what I mean? I think. Oh, no. It might be the Home Computer Heroes one. Let's check. It's one of them two. Because I bought the Tomb Raider Collection 1 for the Evercade Cart 40. Yeah. Just before Christmas, 20th of November. You know what I mean? And I think I've got a double of it. So it might be that one or the Home Computer Heroes one, the multi-cartridge. It might be one of them two. Because it can't be any other ones. Because it's one of those. It's one of those, Chris. So I don't know whether you got them or not. Let me know. So I buy it off you. No, you don't buy off me, Chris. You know what I mean? You know, if you haven't got it, I'll pass it to you. You know what I mean? You have it for nothing. I don't expect you to buy stuff off me, Chris. You know this the way we roll, mate. I'm not expecting you to buy it off me, Chris. You know what I mean? If you haven't got that cartridge, I'll bring it to you. You know what I mean? You know, as I said, it isn't worth. You know what I mean? No, we do what we normally do, Chris. You know what I mean? Do what we normally do. You know what I mean? You know? Yeah. No, I not think so. Okay, no worries. I'll let you know which one it is, and then if it's a double, I'll give it to you. If I might have double of both. I will check later on. You know what I mean? Because I've got to get on the bed to get to them, and Tanya's asleep, so I will let you know. You know what I mean? Later on, you know when. You know what I mean? So I'll let you know. Anyway, there's 5 of you there. All right, you talk, say something. You know what I mean? I don't mind you coming in for a chat if you want to. You know what I mean? Congratulations to Richard for, what was it, 300 subscribers now? Is it 300? Yeah, last time I checked it was 300. Well done, Richard. If you're listening, you know what I mean, you know, 300, that's, you know, it's not bad. You know? Come on, people, let's have a chat. Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah. You know, Tanya's going to have a go on the Pandora's box at some point. She said she will come in here and have a go. She wanted to know how I switched it on, and how what remote control goes to the TV, and I showed her. So, you know what I mean, it needs a dust. You know what I mean? You know me, I like dusting. I ain't done my keyboards in a few months, and that's not like me. Just I've had so much other stuff go on. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I think the 32X is one to save up for, but it's going to take a while. I will collect the vouchers at some point, going to CEX and then, or going to CEX site and literally do that. How's the air fryer, Tony? Can you cook now? No, I can't cook now. Don't make me laugh. Tanya, put it this way, we had a takeaway Friday. I think it was Friday. Yeah, she got paid Friday. We had a takeaway. So she used it last night for the first time. So, yeah, I reckon I can use it. You know, I will give it a go. You know, I can't cook. I'll burn water, mate. So it's one of those, you know, new air fryer. It's one of those where I had to pay. Well, I didn't pay a lot for it. It wasn't that. It was on sale, so you know what I mean. 69 quid ain't that bad for an air fryer, being honest. Or was it 59? Might have been 59 for a, you know what I mean. You know, so one of those. Ain't quite. I don't cook. Yeah, you know what I mean. There should be like program. Can't cook, won't cook, or just can't cook and burn everything. No, I'll check the cartridge. I'll check what double it is, and then I'll bring it to you. You know what I mean? I've got a blood test this week, which is going to be interesting because you know what me and needles are like. No, I don't like needles. You know. Anyway, you know what I mean? Japanese Saturn. That'd be an interesting one to collect, I suppose. You know what I mean? Depends which one, though, innit? That's okay, Chris. It depends which one it is. I mean, there's five of them, 5, 6 out there. You know what I mean? I'll just get one that works. About 80, 90 quid on eBay. eBay's quite cheap for them. Now, I mean, all working. You need a step-down converter, though, don't we? Power one. Because you can't put 240 volts through, you need 110. Which is crazy. You know? I mean, I like the artwork on here. Yeah, good price for a Saturn. Yeah, it is a good price. I don't mind paying that eventually. Let's sort out what I need to sort out this end. And Tanya might be going away in the next few weeks. That'd be interesting. Me being here with the dogs by myself. Oh dear, crazy. Yeah, I just think, don't people want to talk? You know what I mean? You know, you get them modded, Tony run to. That's all right then. Yeah, okay, that'd be worth. It's worth doing then. You know, you can get them to run on 240. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Saves the hassle, doesn't it? You know what I mean? If you don't use one of these, hang on. So one run 110. Don't you need one of these things? No. See, one of these you need to run 110, or do you need a proper step down converter? You know what I mean? Because I don't know whether one of these will work. Because what gets me is, you know what I mean, you know? It's one of them crazy ones. So, yeah, I'll just drop something, don't worry. You know what I mean? You need a power supply. Okay, yeah, that's no worries. Thanks for telling me. We could probably do that. Because if this is running, this just runs like razors and stuff like that, isn't it? You know? One of those. Just need a plug. That's all right then. It's worth doing then. Because the grey looks quite nice, doesn't it? You know? The grey converter. The grey Saturn, I mean. That looks quite nice. I like that. Crazy. It's a bit quiet. So, yeah. One of those. Just aiming that basically I'll be able to get a couple of videos out this week. Really haven't had time. Been so busy doing other things. You know? It's only me just talking to you, Tony. Yeah, there was 5 a minute ago. Well, never mind. That's the way it goes. Well, we have conversations anyway, Chris, so we always talk. You know? They are crazy. Yeah. Trying to figure out what games I want to collect. And I'm still going to start collecting for the PS3 Essentials. I'm still collecting for that. So they say room tour will be done this week, probably tomorrow, Wednesday, isn't it? Bowling tomorrow evening. I would say Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. I'll do the room tour on Thursday. Get that up and running. I'll do it on my phone. So, yeah. I'll get that done. You know. Need an N64 now, Tony. I think you need an N64. Nintendo 64. I've got one of them. Do I need to collect cartridges for it? Because you gave me one, didn't you? Carts. Right. How many? 50, yeah? 50 carts in 6 months. Because they're a bit more expensive. You know? Carts, yeah. N64 now, yeah. N64 carts. 50 challenge. Yeah, the 50 challenge was quite good. I managed to do it early because a Japanese converter, because of the converter here, because of the converter here, Chris. You know what I mean? You know, cartridge will work. And also got some good games there as well. You know what I mean? As you can see, this side, the cartridges are on the shelf in the middle now. As I say, when the room tour, I'll show you what's what, because you know what I mean. As I say, it's not bright in here at the moment. You know what I mean, 50 challenge. Yeah, the 50 challenge is 50 cartridges in 6 months, I think. Because most of the N64 cartridges are a bit more expensive than the Super Nintendo ones. For some reason, you know. Hello, Cherry. Go and sit down, darling. Go and sit down. Go and sit down. Go and sit down. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Here. Up you come. Here you come. Hey. Yes. Dogs here. Well, both of them are here, being honest. What's up? Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, what's up? Let's get Cherry in the picture, if I can. Come here. Come up here. Come here. Come here. Oh, bless you. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come up here. Come here. No? You're going to sit there? Okay. Yeah, the 50 challenge, that'd be a good idea. I'll put that one. Then try and put another shelf where the other one is. lower it even lower. Dog's on the bed. So, hello, Cherry. Hello. We can see you. I don't want to be on camera. Too late. You know? What's up? What's up? You go. Where's your bone? I gave you a bone earlier. Good girl. See if we can get Cherry. Just about get her in. We can see her hell, yeah. No, she's on the bed. No, yeah, crazy. Camera. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, 50 carts in 6 months. So they say the cartridges are a bit more expensive on the N64. I don't know the reason why. Really don't know the reason why. It's one of those. You know, N64 carts. You're doing bundles, I'll be all right. Isn't it? Right. Let's take a look. N64 carts. Right. N64 cartridge bundles. Cartridge bundles. Okay, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 50 quid. Or they do 4, 20 quid. I'm not going to go boxed. Ain't worth it. 4 cartridges, 57. Oh. And 2 bids. That's a bid though. Why is it a bid? Why do they do that? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 bundle 20, £155. N64 carts 9, 10, 11, 52. They depending on what titles they are, you know. So depending what titles they are, the more expensive it becomes. So we got 4. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 21. That ain't bad. 42 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, £42. That's a bid. So 9 of them. That's 4 bids. Let's sort out. Go sort by. Buy it now. Lowest price and postage. Right, okay. Yeah, it's one of them crazy ones. 64, 83. 17. Mayhem Backstage and Assault Plus. Okay, £17. That ain't bad. That's not bad at all. Or they do 19 games at 90 quid. If you called it postage and packaging, it's 110. Flipping out. 49 for 11. That's not bad. Depends what they are. I suppose we collect all the crap ones first. Right. Times 5 bundle. WWF is $22.99 bid. Yeah, it can possibly get done. You know, can possibly get done. You know, it can get done. As they say, the more that's in the bundle, the more expensive it is. 30, but they're boxed. 600 quid. I mean, why are N64 cartridges more expensive than Super Nintendo? You know what I mean? You know, because that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Because you're thinking to yourself, yeah, you can get it done. It's more expensive. You know? It tells me that basically that it's gone mad. It's one of those. So, yeah. As they say, it's only me and you, Chris. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's another person. Hello. Whoever you are, please chat, because at the end of the day, 32 minutes in ain't that bad. You know? Yeah. And my room's got better. Now, do I get rid of the DVDs up here? No, I'll leave it as it is. It looks alright. You know? I mean, I think I've done most of the room that I wanted to with the room just before Christmas, so I'm quite happy with the unit that's sitting up behind me. I need to put the speaker cable back into the right channel though, because when I took the hi-fi out, the speaker cable come out, but I will get it back in, so I've still got stereo sound coming out of me hi-fi. Free. Hello people, welcome to my live if you're listening. You know, we're talking about games collections. I know Chris is having his games room done. I'm looking forward to that as it goes. I'm looking forward to having Chris have his games room, so I can actually stretch my legs and literally run around the room. Because every time I go to Chris, I'm sitting on a little chair. Have you made more space? That's the question. You said you made a little bit. Come on, let's have a chat. Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah, it's all the case of it's funny on Fridays. You know what I mean? You know. Oh yeah. This week is crazy. I made a bit, Tony. Yeah, it's your fault, mate. You know what I mean? You're in a situation where basically you can't do nothing to your room until your games room gets built and it's done. That means you'll make space. You know what I mean? Hi Roger, how you doing? You know, till you make space. I mean, I've made space in situations that other people wouldn't think of. You know, I make space. Yeah, I've made loads of space. Well, not a load, but I've got quite a bit here now. Since I moved that old unit out, I made more space, much more space, which is cool. You know what I mean? Yeah, you okay, Roger? Oh yeah, one of those game room tour. I did like Roger's games room. I did like your games room, Roger. It was quite good. You know, I mean, games rooms take space, and the other one is that basically it also takes organisation, doesn't it? So that takes a while in itself. You know what I mean? Where it comes to me, I'm quite happy the way my room has turned out. It takes not only, it takes years. Being honest, you just miss Cherry, Roger. You know what I mean? I can't type. So yeah, I'll do my games room. I will do my games room tour this week, Thursday. I'm bowling tomorrow night. Now, what got me right that I've been put into a league. Indoor bowling, and it's all the case of I didn't have a choice really, being captain of the club now. But hey, is what it is. I'm getting practicing. I'm getting better. I ain't that bad in the first place, but I am getting better. Especially indoors. I'm an outdoor bowler. I like the weather to be warm, not blooming cold. Even though we play indoors, it's one of them crazy ones. So the room looks good, Roger. Keys on this keyboard. Just put a USB keyboard in. I've done that on my laptop. I stuck a USB keyboard here. There's one here that goes to my laptop. And I changed this to put another screen in as well. Bad boys on the keyboard, on this keyboard. Yeah, that's what I did. I used to use another keyboard. You probably get a Bluetooth one, couldn't you? You working, Roger? Yeah, working today. Hi, Richard. Welcome to the party, pal. Next time. Oh dear. Don't worry, Roger. If you want a spare keyboard, I could probably find one. I've got to spare everything in this room. There. I Richard hope you well. Yeah, he's okay. He's lost 20 stone this month. Not quite, but he's getting there. Room tours coming up. I really haven't had a chance to do a lot. I will get it done. It's so busy at the moment. It's gone crazy. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that's good, Rich. Glad to hear you're okay. Yeah, let's move this camera this way. That's it. Yeah. It's one of them crazy ones. Yeah. Nomad. I'm interested in the Nomad. Sega Nomad. I want to get one of them. I've got that on the brain now. Sorry, but I have. But I don't know how. It's a bit of money, but it's worth it. That's good, Roger. Does it? As long as it works without the card. You know what I mean? If you still, you know what I mean? Hope to see some side game sometime. Yeah, be nice for Roger. I think Roger lives quite a distance away. We will get together at some point because, you know what I mean? I'm aiming to see Richard before his birthday. So, Richard, you know what I mean? I am definitely going to try and come down before the end of the month. I will make time if I can. Need a card for update. Okay. No, yeah, I will try and make it, Rich. It's all the case of the hectic. You need the card to update it. Right, okay. It's a shame it didn't have an internet cable connection, because you could have done it that way, couldn't you? You know what I mean, can you plug cartridges in the top that still work? That's the main thing. Because the Mega Drive's quite good. I've got so many of them. It's one of them crazy ones. So yeah. I mean, as I said, I will try and make it to you, Richard, at some time in the next few weeks. Before your birthday, I hope, because I'm going to bring some beers down. You've got Mickey Mouse in. Oh, yeah, Mickey Mouse. So there's a Castle of Illusion in it. Yeah, that's the car, isn't it? I think I've got that. I've got that one. It's quite a good game. It's a good platformer. You know. I mean, they're saying the Terminator games are not that good. Ain't there a new one? There's a new one out in there for the PS5, Terminator. They're saying it's crap. You know what I mean? I haven't seen any gameplay videos. Normally I watch out for gameplay videos, but I haven't seen one lately about that. You know, I mean, I know the RoboCop one's pretty well. I don't know. Richard's been playing that, so I've heard it's quite good. I don't know whether I should get it or not. No, it's not good, but short. Oh, okay. Is it worth getting just because it's no good? You know what I mean? Because the worse games, they're worth more, aren't they? Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, Terminator is good. Yeah, it's. I'll tell you what, on the Mega CD, it's quite good. Don't get me wrong, I've been playing it. It's good. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's a brilliant game because it's one of them platformers that you've got to go up, down, across, backwards, forwards to get out of certain stages. It's a good game. You know what I mean? I haven't put Snatcher in yet. You know what I mean? Because I got that on the Mega CD, which is a lot of money. You know what I mean? But I didn't pay for it. So yeah. This is a new game. Just been released. Yeah, that's all right then. I mean, the new Terminator game looks okay on the PS5. Is it on the PS5? Because if it's on the PS5, I might consider investing, I suppose. If you want to call 2D No Fate. Okay, that's cool. I mean, yeah. Let's take a look. Steam, I think. Steam. Okay. I've got a Steam account. You know, I still want to get to stream from my PlayStation 5. And straight to the channel. You know what I mean? Because you can do that now, but I ain't figured it out. I will figure out Steam Twitch. I've got a Twitch account, Roger. I have got a Twitch account talking about that on my PS5. Or is it on my Xbox? It's on one or the other. I will take a check. I really need to take a check on that. I know that I've got a Steam account. Tony Tech Pal 101, I think it is. My Steam handle. You know, so I will check that. So, you know, if I can stream from there, I've got the camera. I've got the PS5 camera now on it, so it might be worth doing. Might be worth doing that. And while I'll enjoy it, that's the main thing. You know what I mean? Plus having time to do it, which is the other thing. So one of those, being honest. Ah dear. So as Lewis, Richard, did you get to see him New Year? You saw him New Year, didn't you? It's one of those. I mean, Steam Deck. Is it worth collecting the Steam Deck as well? Well, this is growing. Having the money to do it is a different matter. You know, Yeah, I'll have to check it out, being honest. So, yeah, see what happens. 2D, no fate. Okay. No fate. Terminator. I'll take a look on YouTube for it, see what it's like before I buy a Terminator game. I'm into that kind of thing. As they say, Snatcher I haven't even put in the machine since I got it for the Mega CD. It's a lot of money. What is it, a £500 game? How much is it now? Oh dear. Snatcher. Snatch. H. Snatcher. Snatcher on the Mega CD. Okay, let's take a look. Ouch, that hurts. That definitely hurts the pockets, that does. It's gone up, Lewis. Be with me 30th December. That's okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. You know what I mean? New export handheld, £900. Yeah, that's stupid money. Anyway, Snatcher, the cheapest Snatcher on the Mega CD, yeah, now is £899. Talk to him today. That's good. You know what I mean? Buy Rock, yeah. I heard that. You know what I mean? And it goes up to £1,014, 2,057. Oh, dear, that's crazy money. Snatcher, even Terminator on the Mega CD is £156. That means my collection that I got, Echo the Dolphin, crazy one, yeah. Echo the Dolphin on the Mega CD, £260 and 70 pence. Wow. Well, Echo the Dolphin on the Mega CD, there's one bid for £31. Or you Earthworm Jim is just as bad, 164, which I don't mind Earthworm Jim. Oh, that's a good game. I have to get Star Wars Rebel Assault, £35. That's worth £35 because I'm into Star Wars. You know what I mean? On the Mega CD. That's quite good. Or best offer. I presume that's I have to look out for that one. Thunderhawk already got. The Amazing Spider-Man on the Mega CD, £65. Slip Speed, Mega CD 21. That's not that bad. You know. I mean, arcade classics. That's always cheap. Yeah, I'm after Sonic CD on the Mega CD, £47.50. That's not bad. I'll cope with that. 32X Star Wars better. Yeah, I need a 32X first, Roger. I think that's on my list. You know what I mean? You know. So, yeah. You know what I mean? Night Trap. If you got Night Trap on the Mega CD, it's £300. You know what I mean? Why? What is happening to these kind of systems? Black Hole Assault. Is that a good game? Can anybody tell me? £28. I suppose it's worth £28 if you're a collector. Black Hole Assault. Right, Final Fight. I've got that one already. And you must have a racing game to my collection. And Jaguar XJ220 on the Mega CD is only £22. That is worth That is worth getting. I'll put it on my wish list, that one, because I'm into racing games. Okay, what else we've got? Dune, D-U-N-E, £47.50. That's not bad. Soccer, Sensible Soccer. You know, I'm into my soccer. I suppose it's worth it. You know what I mean? You know. I mean, Pitfall. Is it a good game? Can anybody tell me? Is Pitfall worth £60 of English pounds? Is it worth it? You tell me. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's quite a few. You know what I mean? Admit, I've got 7 games, I think, for the Mega CD, and they're all expensive ones. So it's one of them ones. I'll take a check. You know what I mean? It's one of those where I want to collect more for, but the pricing of the games is kind of. You don't be forking out £400-500 for a game. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When I got Snatcher, I did not pay for that game, and my stick with the Evercade is cheaper. Yeah, you are right, Roger. I agree. They are cheaper. They are. You get a lot for your money. Yeah. The way that I see it is, if you've got 4 or 5 games on the cartridge and it's only £20 or £22, whatever it is, you know what I mean? You're getting your value for money. You know. And it's worth it. Evercade is cheaper. I agree. You know what I mean? You know. Anyway, Roger, I know you got your bar top Bubble Rubble. You know what I mean? You know. That's quite a nice machine. Unfortunately, I can't fit it in here because, as you see, I've got my Street Fighter one here, and my other one's here on this side. My Evercade one's over here. The artwork's brilliant on them. I love the artwork. You know, this has only got 5 games on. You know, but I'm aiming that I can literally get a proper arcade somewhere along the line. Either that, or just going to Chris's place and nick the one that he's put a computer in and take that home with me. Not played it yet. All right. It's definitely worth it. You know, because I got the Final Fight one. But I'm looking out for the Evercade Alpha controller, the blue one. I went on the Evercade group, and there's quite a few people on there that are saying they're having the same problem. They can't lay their hands on one. So, if anybody knows what I can get one from, the blue Evercade Alpha controller, let me know, because I want one. You know what I mean? Quite a few of the Evercade group that I've joined, as well as Roger joins, as probably Chris has joined as well, that can't get one for love or money. You know what I mean? As they say, they're missing out on a trick there, being honest. Because if they sell them for 20 quid a piece, it ain't that bad, being honest. You ain't. I mean, it's. Is it still in the box though, Roger? Did you take it out of the box? Because it's quite big. You've got no chance unless they reissue. Yeah, that's the problem. You know what I mean? You know, they're not even on eBay. Okay, all the Evercade controllers that you've got already for the Versus, which mine is up here, goes in there because it's all USB powered, and that's fine. But I want the blue one, you know, which is a bummer because I really want one. You know what I mean? Unless somebody sells one at double the price, so you're bound to be double or triple the price on it at some point, because you say to yourself, well, I want that, but 40 quid, probably worth it if you really need it, you know. Yeah, the bar tops for Evercade are quite good. You can fit 2 cartridges in as well as the built-in games, because I've got Final Fight on mine. They called it the Deluxe for some reason. You know what I mean? You know. And the other thing I'm trying to lay my hands on is the signs that goes on the top of the Evercade bar tops. You know what I mean? You know, I can't get none of them either. You know what I mean? Because the one that I've got has got the Final Fight one, but I got it without the other top. You know what I mean? The other toppers. What are they called? Somebody remind me. Yeah, I mean, I'm after some of them as well. Yeah, I mean, so I can change it and change it around. Take that one out and then put another one in, because I can't even get any of them either. The problem is with Evercade is they bring some stuff out and you think, oh, lay my hands on that and get it. Yeah, signs were on Funstock. Okay, I'll take a look there. You know what I mean? Even though the Final Fight one looks nice, I'll rather have the what do you call it one on it. Change it over. You know what I mean? It's just a colour. It's just a colour thing for me. You know what I mean? They've got Final Fight above it. It looks nice, but I don't know. It's worth changing over, I think. It's a shame it didn't come with them, but it's one of those, because I've got them. You know what I mean? When this person bought it for me, it was when this person bought it for me, didn't have the signs. You know what I mean? Funstock. I'll have to take a look. They're only about 30 quid, aren't they? You know what I mean? Funstock. F-U-N. Can't spell. Right, Evercade. Right, let's take a look. Funstock. Evercade cartridges and accessories. I don't have a sign up yet. I'm looking for the signs. Signs. We've got 11 pages. So that's what a hell of a bundle, isn't it? You know what I mean? Evercade EXPR Solo Plus Cartridge Bundle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15 games, or one game. Choose a car. No, that's a shame. Right. Evercade Alpha Bar Top, 229 quid. Crazy. Still looking for the signs. Oh, no. Not yet. Still checking. Oh, they do them, but they're sold out. Because the Mega Man one I'm after, Mega Man Marquees pack is $29.99, but they haven't got it in stock, which is a bummer. You know what I mean? So where am I going to get? Oh. Do they do the other Marquees then? You know what I mean? They do socks. You want a pair of socks? They do socks. So basically, the Marquee, I want to change over. You know what I mean? It's one of those. You know what I mean? You wouldn't believe they're still selling the original Versus at a reasonable cost. You know what I mean? Log. Yeah, Funstock has not got. Oh, they got the black Versus controller, the Founder edition. I don't like that. I want the blue one. Right, okay. Let's check on eBay for the Marquees. Evercade Alpha PHA Marquees. Yeah, Marquees. Evercade, did they do them? Street Fighter Marquee. Marquees. Evercade Arcade Machine. Evercade cartridges. Alpha Street Fighter Marquee. They do the Street Fighter one. 19 quid. Oh, 3 Marquees for 30. That's on CEX. I bet they're out of stock though. Typical. Funstock do the Space Invaders, Bubble Rubble, and Raisin. Yeah, my pronunciation. Right, okay. They do the Street Fighter. Oh, even Street Fighter one. Super. Yeah, right, okay. Funstock has got this one in, but I don't like it. Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter Turbo, Super Street Fighter Turbo, not really. And the other one is, it just says Alpha. Yeah, that's all it's got. They're 29 quid, but they're sold out. So everywhere I try to look for certain things are sold out. You know what I mean? Craziness. It's one of those marquees. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at some point. You know, craziness. Marquees though. You know what I mean? Why? Yeah, marquees. And Funstock, they do the Street Fighter one, sold out. And Funstock was sold out. Let's check Amazon. Right, let's take a Evercade Alpha. Yeah, PHA marquees. Okay. Right. They definitely ain't got any. You know. Definitely trying to find them is diabolical. You know what I mean? Where do I find them? Is it kind of like that Evercade don't market too much now, or is all the case of that basically they will only have a certain amount and then everybody jumps on them and that means you ain't got a chance yourself? That's probably what happens, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, you know, if you're after Summit Pacific and you can't get it from Evercade, you know what I mean? It's stupid because they're losing out on money and revenue, being honest, because the market is there. The market's there for it. You know, the market's definitely there for it. You know. Ooh, that looks cool. Oh look, we've got a Sonic the Hedgehog 3D printed life size, and I mean life size. Yeah, 150 quid. And that's on Marketplace. You know, do they sell them there? That's a good idea. Evercade. They ain't going to find them on Marketplace, are we? Evercade Alpha. HA Marquees. MARKEES. No, don't sell them on there. That's a bummer. Really, not going there. You know what I mean? You know, get to a stage where you're looking for Summit Pacific, but you can't find it. You know what I mean? Because I want to change mine over. I want to change my marquee over from Final Fight to what it should be. You know what I mean? You know, which is Mega Man. You know what I mean? Oh, crazy. So you're going to be one of those where basically I'm going to try it. He's going to find it hard to find it, due to the fact is that basically everybody else has got it apart from people that want it. So say the blue controller, you know what I mean? You know, crazy. You know what I mean? The Alphas were cheap. Yeah, they were 160 quid at Christmas. You know what I mean? Wait for it to be in stock again. Yeah, I agree, Roger. It was 160 pound, weren't they? They're 160 pound. They're on sale for. You know what I mean? You know. You know what I mean? wasn't a bad price. At that price, it's kind of reasonable, isn't it? Because at least you know you can not only play the games that are built in, but also the games that the Evercade games themselves you can plug in. So yeah, you know what I mean. Right, let's go on, gents. Talk later. See you on Friday, Tony. Yeah, no worries, Chris. Yeah, he's stuck in the room. He can't get out. Don't worry. I paid full price. Oh, right, okay. No worries. Yeah, they were 160. They're 229 now. I don't know how much I paid. I didn't pay for mine, so I wouldn't know. Probably full price, probably. Because I got given it as a present. One of those craziness. See you later, Chris. Yeah, it's one of those marquees. Can't find. Love all money. You know what I mean, you know? They always figure it out. They're bound to be on sale eventually, or they're on for sale, so you can buy them. You know what I mean, you know? Yeah, crazy. You know? One of those. That's time. 10 past 8 nearly. Well, not quite. Just nearly 5 past 8. Ain't that bad. It's an hour. You know what I mean? It's one of those crazy ones. There. So I'm happy with the room now. I've got more space. You know what I mean? You know? You could probably move this around, Roger. No, my computer's in the way. But Cherry's on the bed. Yeah, Cherry's on the bed. You know what I mean? You also got Polar on the bed as well. I'll probably move my camera somewhere else. Well, it's alright where it is. You know what I mean? It's a good little webcam. It's got a different mic plugged in into the back of my PC, so that's alright. Yeah. What else? Marquees. Yeah, cash converters do the 32X for £240, I think it is. That's not a boxed one though. I will probably get one at some point. You know, one of those. It's worth getting. Tower of Power, as they call it. Crazy. What to collect next? That's the question. Eventually. It's an eventual thing. There ain't no rush on anything. You know? Work time, chat game soon. No worries, Roger. You take care, yeah? Have a good... try and have a good night at work. You take care. No worries. Listening at the moment, having dinner. Dinner? I ain't had mine yet. Not mine, Rich. Crazy. Not mine. Yeah, you want to know what's in the background? It's R-Type on the Evercade versus. I've got so much stuff in here. It's madness. Crazy, and it's madness, being honest. It's one of those where basically that I've made more space because I've changed. If Richard, if you're still there, I know you're listening. Right, I've changed the unit with the hi-fi here, because the other one was breaking apart. My mate around the corner, he subscribes to my channel, literally gave me the unit, and he gave me the bigger TV, which is the 32-inch that sits up on the top of the hi-fi now. And he also gave me a soundbar for free. But I'd done it just before Christmas. Now I've got more space. I've got more space around here now. You know what I mean? Which is good because the unit was falling apart. And so most of my magazines and stuff like that are in the cupboard. I've still got my tapes here. CDs that are at the back of that unit. So yeah, I think tapes are coming back, aren't they? Yeah, it's a lot stronger on that than it was with the white unit that was falling apart. So I decided, one of my mates around the corner literally said, I'm getting rid of a TV and a sound bar and the unit. Do you want them? I said, yeah, I'll take them. A few days later, I had a knock. Well, I went around there and collected them all. You know what I mean? Changed the unit over. You know what I mean? So quite happy with that. So it's made much more space for me to move in. So I can move back further. Because I used to have a lot in front of it. But now, you know what I mean? It's kind of changed. As I say, what I'm going to do is going to be doing a room tour on Thursday. Thursday, I will be trying to get back to some normality because bowls are taking over. You know what I mean? Since I've become captain, bowls has taken over. But I can get it. I'm doing both quite happily. You know what I mean? I've taken over. Went to a management meeting earlier. You know what I mean? Put my report in. So, once a month thing, which is good. So, yeah, I'm happy with the cartridge shelf over here. It was down the bottom originally, the cartridges, but I moved them up one because there's 52 now. 52 cartridges. I've done it well before Christmas. You know what I mean? It's the Nintendo 64 cartridges next, which I'll probably be collecting for. I've got an N64 anyway on the shelf up there. I will probably be collecting 50 of them cartridges. But where I'm putting them, I haven't got a clue. It's one of those. When I collect it, when I'm not, maybe. We will see. I will sort it out. You know what I mean? You answered my question. What was the question? Am I collecting N64 cartridges or did I get 50? I got 50, 52. You know what I mean? Some of them are Japanese ones, but I've got the converter, the universal adapter, as they call it, so I can play Japanese games. You know what I mean? The Japanese games were cheaper, and I've got some good ones. I've got some RPGs that are brilliant on it. Even though I can't pronounce any of the Poxy games, it's one of those. Yeah. SNES, yeah. Super Nintendo, yeah. My one's sitting here. Pride of place at the moment. You know what I mean? Because I've got my Pandora's box sitting here. I've got my VHS. You know what I mean? Versus, Arcade Versus in there. They're all plugged in, so I can alternate between systems and everything into one. You know what I mean? So yeah, the TV behind me on the hi-fi, that's plugged into a DVD player, that's a Blu-ray player that's on the system, and that TV runs from there, so I can watch a movie if I want to, or listen to music through the TV if I wanted to. But I need to sort out the right channel speaker because cable fell out when I moved it. Get that done. I've got my bar top here, which is my Street Fighter. It's got 5 games on. Absolutely brilliant. And I've also got the Evercade one sitting here. So I've actually made space by taking things off. So yeah. I managed to get Super NES sorted out well before Christmas. They were all cheap cartridges. Got them all fixed. They're all working. All up there. There's only one cartridge that's black, and that's... What is it? What cartridge is black? Killer Instinct is a black cartridge that I've got up there on the Super Nintendo. It's a black, it's not a normal cartridge. It's a black one. I don't know why. Was it a limited run? I don't know. I mean, if it was a limited run, I got the cartridge. I only paid £8 for it, I think. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's loads of things I want to collect, but it's all the case of see what happens. I had a good year last year. You know what I mean? Last year I got quite a bit at a reasonable cost. But it's one of those. I'll sort it out at some point. You know. So Chris is going to sort out that box. He's got a box of games that I've got to take a look at. There's about 100, 200 in there. He did say there was more. I'll take a look. He's going to sort the box out. I'll be collecting more games for Chris. It'll probably be another 200 probably. It's okay collecting the games. It's where you put them. Because my shelves are full. But then again, I can easily move shelves around. You know, 9 foot by 8. No, it's 10 foot high, isn't it, in the hallway? So it's 10 foot, full of games. You know what I mean? So I can move things around accordingly. As you're a collector, you're always moving things around. You're never happy the way it is. It's one of those. You know what I mean? Yeah. N64 cartridge and 50, but they are a bit more expensive, so it will take a while. So I've got an N64 anyway, up on the shelf. You know, I ain't plugged in. You know, my minis are plugged in. Most of my minis are plugged in. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 minis plugged in here. I have got 5 altogether. The normal mini for the Nintendo system ain't plugged in. It's the only one that's not plugged in. So that will be plugged in sometime. Where I'm going to put it, I ain't got a clue. I'll figure it out. It's small anyway. You know, it's one of those. I will sort it out at some point where basically most of my minis are plugged in. My Mega Drive and my Mega CD is plugged in. My TV, my ETV is plugged in. And also I've got a Fire Stick plugged into one TV, all in one TV. So I can adjust it. I can play what I want when I want. Do play videos like that. You know what I mean? You know, so that's sorted. As I say, I've got all that plugged in here. Yeah. Also got my projector here. My gaming projector here. That can be put on the wall above the bed if I want it. You know what I mean? I can literally. It's got what do you call it? Android on it, so I can literally watch YouTube videos through it if I wanted to and stuff like that. I'll tell you what, there's not a lot entertainment wise. I won't put it this way, there's no way I'm playing every single game in my lifetime, being honest. I've got so many. I calculated the last count for my games collection was 3,200 and something, and that was including my PS2 games, which are above me. You know what I mean? That PS2 are not in the hallway for a reason, because it's a games room. You know what I mean? It's not a DVD room. I know I'm into my movies and I love my movies, but it's a games room first. DVDs can be put somewhere else. What I'm going to do when we move is actually get rid of the junk that I don't need when it comes down to DVDs. I will keep the HD DVDs because they're quite good. But when it comes down, I'm going to have to downsize it because there's stuff in there I'm never going to watch. There's stuff that absolutely... When I first got the DVDs, it looked good on show for my channel. Now I'm changing it into PS2. So if I get more PS2 games, what I will do is transfer the PS2 games, take DVDs out, and then transfer the PS2 games into the shelves that I've got above my setup. So basically, it'll be just games eventually. When we move, the setup's going to change. The whole layout probably is going to change, because even though it looks good on camera, yeah, I mean, it will change because the room will change probably. You know what I mean? Because if the room's bigger, which I'm hoping for, now I've got 2 bedrooms instead of the 1. I will have everything in one room. Which would be a lot better for me. At least I've got space to myself. But it will happen. You know what I mean? I've just got to put some more information in about moving, and then I think it's down to them then. And let's get it done. Let me have a big space to myself, so I can have all my games in one room instead of in a hallway. As I say, 3,000 odd games is a lot of games for every console. I haven't, put it this way, in that 3,000, I haven't counted the 52 that are sitting on that shelf there, which is the Super Nintendo cartridges. I haven't counted them. I know it's 52, but it's well over 3,000 games. Easy. Yeah, I mean, the problem is you don't realise how many you've got until you take a look at your collection. I mean, I go past my hallway every single day. You take it for granted. You take what you've got for granted because you've got it and you think, well, yes, that's what I've done. And of course, April the 3rd this year is my 5th year on YouTube. So it'd be my 5th year. You're talking last year's every game and consoles. Yeah, I've got 100, and I calculated, including my handhelds, I calculate I've got 120 consoles plus. If you include my PS5, my Xbox Series S, you know what I mean? PlayStation 3s, PlayStation 2s, Xbox 360s. There's at least 120 plus consoles around this room. Most of it's in this room, but it's gone totally mad. But the way that I see it is, I did not have most of this when I started my YouTube channel. I had bookcases in the hallway, which didn't have a lot in them. There was a lot in it, but not a lot that I've collected in the past 4 years. The past 4 or 5 years, it's escalated into a situation where basically you're always going to need room in a room, because the amount of collecting that I've done is crazy. I mean, it's going to, put it this way, when we move, it's going to be easy to pack because I will do it by console. You know what I mean? I mean, it's what you said before, Rich. It makes your game collection look like a charity case. But it is what it is. I love it. Love it to pieces. I look in here and probably this way, I'll go to bed in this room, as you know, Rich. I look in this room and say, yeah, I've done well the past 5 years to get my collection to where it is. Okay, there's some pretty rare stuff in my collection, especially when it comes down to the Mega CD stuff. I mean, Snatcher on the Mega CD, there's a £900 game. I didn't pay for it, don't get me wrong. You know what I mean, But that Terminator, 150 quid plus, you know what I mean, Oh dear, crazy. I mean, I've been playing Terminator on the Mega CD. I love that game. Don't get, I mean, I just kind of, if I can sink an hour into it at some points, it's good. It makes put it this way, it also helps my mental health. I look at what I've got and I think, well, you've got to be thankful for what you've got, because life's too short not to be thankful, because you say to yourself, well, 10 years time we'll be 70, and if I'm still alive, of course, if we're still alive when we're 70, I'll still be collecting. My collection will grow and grow and grow into something that's monstrous. you know, and it's we all take our stuff for granted. I do. Don't get me wrong. I walk in here and think, well, I've got all this stuff, but you know what I mean? There's more to collect. There's more that I would like to collect, and I'm thinking, yeah, but how? It's gone mad, as they say, and yeah, you say to yourself, when we're 70, we are still going to be collecting. I'm still at 70, 80, I'm still going to be collecting no matter what. Because if you're after certain things and you say to yourself, well, why not make the most of life while you got it? You know, we're only on this planet once. We only get one chance of life. Use it. Enjoy it. You know what I mean? As I said, I come in here, I watch TV at night in here. You know what I mean? Maybe fall asleep because I don't sleep very well at the moment. And I put the TV on, and there's some days where I have a nap in the afternoon because I'm so tired. You know what I mean? You know, and I look around and I say, how have I? I classify this as a big achievement. Achievement this year is to get the 10,000 subs. You know what I mean? You know, 10,000 can be achieved this year. I only got last year, I got 1,300 subs last year, which is it's okay. It's not bad, but I want 10,000. If I can get to 10,000 subs this year, I'll be made up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I need to do more work on my channel. I know that I do. I need to do more work on my channel. Even though I am captain of the Bowls Club, I still got that to do. I still need to do more for this channel. I need to do more play videos. I need to do videos on pickups, more pickups. I need to do more videos, maybe out and about. I know it sounds, you know what I mean? Everybody goes to CEX to take a look. There's loads of big channels out there that does that. I don't want to get into that situation where I'm just going into CEX for the hell of it. If I'm looking for something specific, I will go in CEX, or, you know what I mean? There's so many channels that does that. All the big ones. All the big channels do CEX pickups. I'm not going to be in that realm where, why are you looking at another CEX for? If you've seen one, they all look the same. Why are you doing this CEX, that CEX, that CEX in that place? Okay, they may be different when it comes down to franchise, because some of them are franchise out. Maybe different, but you may find something different in there. But I cannot see the use of me going out with my phone or my camera, filming me going CEX to see what I can find. It isn't worth it. Isn't. If you don't find anything, it ain't worth a video, is it? And that's the way I see it. You know what I mean? You see these big YouTubers like the Gebs24, and then you get a Callum. They're brilliant YouTubers, don't get me wrong. You also get Callum, which is Retro Ghetto. You know what I mean? You know, good channels. They get criticised for what they're doing because there's people out there that are jealous of them, and they're big YouTubers. You know what I mean? I cannot see the reason why they're like that, because at the end of the day, right, they are making a living, or some part living, on YouTube. They're doing, you know what I mean, you know? I agree, Rich. No. PS6. You know what I mean? You know, well, PS5 is my last ride. Don't think I get another generation. I leave that to Lewis. Retro consoles for me. Yeah. If the PS6 comes out, they're talking about 2027, 28 now, because the chips are expensive. So I've read. I will get it. Sorry, I have to get it. You know what I mean? You know, I have to get it, and probably the new Xbox. Yeah, I pay for my Xbox monthly. You know what I mean? Oh, it's one of those. Yeah, I have to get it. Sorry, I'm a collector. Got to be in the collection. Next gens, ready for it. You know what I mean? You know, I'm ready for that. Trust me. You know what I mean? Yeah, stick that PS6 on my 65-inch TV, mate. Yeah, it's gonna be well cool. It's gonna be well cool. I can't wait. I can't wait for the next gen consoles to turn up. I'll be happy as Larry sitting there going, "Yes, I've got them." Took me a year, but I've got them. You know what I mean? No, you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to what they're going to be like. You know what I mean? What's in them? I'm definitely looking forward to that. You know, and retro consoles. Yep. Looking forward to buying some more of them. I'm looking forward to getting to a Japanese Sega Saturn. Looking forward to getting that. You know what I mean? You know, I'm the same. Bring me every new generation. Yes. Hi, Gary. Hi, Gary. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Yeah, next generation console. I'm put it this way: by the time the next generation console comes out, 2 years, I reckon. Yeah, I mean 2 years at least. They ain't gonna bring it out any earlier. 2028, probably Christmas time or just before. Yeah. PS6. Xbox normally does the same thing. They always come out almost simultaneously because they're in competition. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to doing some videos on them. You know what I mean? You know, absolutely brilliant. Even though I'm a retro person, you know what I mean? You know, I like the new gen. The new generation probably won't have no disk drives at all. It's going to be all digital, probably. You know what I mean? You know, because the generation now, especially the kids now, they don't like collecting physical media like I do because we're old school. We're getting old. You know what I mean? I'm 60 this year. You know what I mean? You know, everything retro, got my hands on. New generation, yes, I will still get. You know, it's something that I like to collect for. You know what I mean? You know, so as I say, you'll probably find, like PlayStation did last time with the 5, they bought out a disc version and then they bought out a digital version. Now, they're probably going to do that. I'll be surprised if they stick a disc in there now because everything's online. You can go on to, you know what I mean, their place, you know what I mean, and literally PlayStation Network and literally download any game you want. I mean, you used to collect FIFAs every single year. I used to download it, buy it, not at the cost when it was on sale. You know what I haven't done last year? I didn't buy it at all. Mainly because that basically I haven't lost my interest in FIFA. I've just lost my interest in spending more money on stuff that I don't need when it comes down to football games, being honest. I think I've got every FIFA on the PS3, every FIFA on the PS2, a PES on the PS2. You know what I mean? You know, another digital download on my PS5, you know what I mean, isn't worth my hassle plus me for forking out 35 quid for the standard edition. And then you're talking about £79 for the next one. And you'll never watch a movie after 1985. Video games, such a new art form. There's too much new to it. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Gary, mate. I agree. Can't argue with you. You know what I mean? You know. Yeah, I mean, I like collecting media. I mean, I've got so many DVDs and Blu-rays, and you know, HD DVDs. I mean, when we move, I'm gonna actually, as I said earlier, I'm actually just gonna blitz the DVDs that I don't need. You know what I mean? You know, there's so much stuff in there that I don't really don't need to watch. I will keep all my Jerry Anderson stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like Thunderbirds. You know what I mean? Joe 90. You know what I mean? stuff like that I will keep in because they're in box sets. I will keep them, you know what I mean? You know, and I'll probably keep most of my action movies. I'm into my action movies, you know what I mean? Especially from the 80s and the 90s, when, you know what I mean? You know, I'll probably keep. I will thin my DVD collection out. Yeah, when it comes down, I want to, as I said, I want to make this room. This is the best I've seen this room since I've been in here. You know what I mean? You know, it's the best I've seen. I will be making that video sometime Thursday. I'll probably do it Thursday. It's a games room, but it's a bedroom, as people know. You know what I mean? You know, my hallway's just full of games. Most of the generation now consoles are in the front room. You know what I mean? You know, as I say, can't wait for the new generation consoles to come out. I look forward to it and to see what they got to offer. But you know, it's gonna cost. We all know. You know, you're gonna get all them scammers out there buying them for £400-500 and then scamming you for £600-700 like they did with the PS5 when it first come out. You know what I mean? There's pros and cons to media, digital downloads, lose your account, lose your game. Exactly. Yeah, that's the problem. You know what I mean? You know, I don't particularly want to be losing games. You know, when it comes down to the PS5 games that I've got at least 30. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a big collector of PS5 games, but you know what I mean? It's one of those. I'm a retro collector first. I prefer to collect all the retro stuff. It's one of those where basically let's get to the next generation, see what it's like. So you say you're bound to get scammers out there buying the PlayStation 6 and literally selling it for £600, £700, £800, £900. You know. Hi Tom Knowles, how you doing? Switch 2 on day one, but never had the PS5 or 360 for about 10 years, which is a lot of fun. And playing with my son. Yeah. I mean, having the Switch 2, they're £400, didn't they? I suppose if it is your son only wanting that console, that seems to be fine. You know what I mean? You know, it's when they want their kids are in a situation, they live in a digital age, and they literally say, I want this game and I want it now, and you pay full price for the game, and then you think to yourself, how long is it going to last? How long? Oh, the game will last, but how long is he going to play it for before they actually get bored with it? You know what I mean? You know, and it's one of those. I'm looking forward to that. I've got a Switch and I've got a Switch Lite. Yeah, you know what I mean? But I've never exactly paid for it. We're at the mercy of Sony, Xbox, and Nintendo. Yes, we are. And all they want, it's all to do with money, isn't it? It's a business. So the more they sell, you know what I mean? The more they sell, the more money they get. And the problem is, it's also the developers as well of games. You consider, you know what I mean? You know, they got about, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? One game that always gets put on hold. Grand Theft Auto 6, right? Supposed to be here now. It's now been put back again. Now, don't know when it's coming out. Ain't got a clue. It's always been put on the back burner. I know the developers that were doing it, because I read this, they were doing it, literally went into administration at some point. And they moved them on to the new developers. I don't know who it was, Rockstar at one point. You know what I mean? But what the hell are they doing? You know what I mean? It's been put on hold for at least 3 years. They think, you know, this is going to come out. But it's such an open world game. What are they doing? It's one of those crazy ones. Is it worth it? Is it, you know what I mean? It's going to cost you. I suppose it's a bit like FIFA. Standard edition 60 quid. Then you go up at limited edition, and it's 100 quid and £120 for the deluxe edition and whatever. That's what games are like now. You know, and you're talking about £100 game. It's a bit like the football shirts. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? You know, people may hate me for it. I'm an Arsenal supporter. I like the white shirt that they got. 120 quid. There's no way I'm forking out 120 quid for an Arsenal shirt. You know what I mean? No way in living hell. And it's the same when it comes to games. You know, you'll have so many editions of each game, and it goes up in multiples of 30 or 40 quid. It goes up, right, 60 quid for that edition, right, 80 quid for that edition, 120 for the next edition. Why? Why are they doing that? Just come up with one edition that everybody can play, and it's at a reasonable cost. 60 quid don't seem bad for most games now. Well, you want to go on the second-hand market, get games. You know what I mean? You know? Why is it like that? You know what I mean? I know they need to make money, but oh God, man, give me a break, mate. You know what I mean? Wait for a while. You know what I mean? I didn't get my PS5 until a year after it came out. It wasn't worth me doing all that crap. Eventually, yeah. It's an eventual thing. You know, eventually it's going to cost you 80 quid. You know what I mean? GTA 6, yeah. I'm looking forward to getting that. You know what I mean? Then again, I got Cyberpunk and the Xbox Cyberpunk console. I didn't get it together. I got it as separate. You know what I mean? You know? But the bugs that was in that game at the beginning, oh, God, that was crazy. Absolutely madness. You know what I mean? All the bugs you can lay your hands on in one game. I ain't even bothered sticking it on my PS5 yet, on the Xbox yet. You know what I mean? You know, but so you could get. Can you get? It wasn't exclusive to Xbox, was it? You can get it on the PS5 now, can't you? Cyberpunk, or was it an Xbox exclusive? I think it might be. Might have been just an Xbox exclusive. But why do they do that? Oh, we will spend this amount of money on the game, millions and millions of pounds. Then they get rid of the developers because they're crap. And then, I don't know. It's frustrating because everybody's been looking forward to getting GTA 6. It's an eventual job. My advice is don't buy it as soon as it turns up. Give it about 6-7 months. Then buy it. Get rid of all the bugs that's in it. You know what I mean? It's one of those. It really frustrates me. Nowadays, they're paid to play. Yeah, I agree. I mean, plus most kids are nowadays are in a situation where I feel sorry for kids that haven't got parents that can't afford a lot. Because the peer pressure of kids nowadays just to buy new consoles is crazy. I'll get you one for Christmas. Yeah, okay. You're going to fork out £600 for an Xbox, the new Xbox. You know what I mean, for Christmas. Then they say, right, I want at least £200 to spend on games because I want to download them all. Because there's no way they're sticking the disc version out in the next generation. Because, as they say, nobody collects disc any longer. You know, they're not retro collectors then, are they? You know what I mean, unfortunately. Where we are, and it won't be retro, will it? Because PS6 is definitely next gen. It's one of those. You know what I mean? The problem is it's all expensive no matter how you see it. Gaming collecting can be expensive. You know what I mean? Most of the retro stuff is quite expensive now. So, you know, some of it can be cheap. Depends where you go. It's one of those. Oh dear, madness. Being honest, I think you Now, I mean, I think when it comes down to us, it's all the case of we're older generations, so we will literally look around for bargains where kids don't nowadays. They automatically want it as soon as it comes out. As soon as a game comes out, I need that. But how many years has Minecraft been out now? I mean, they're bound to come out with a new one eventually, aren't they? Unless they keep updating it and updating it and updating it like they normally do. You know what I mean? But there's only so many updates you can do on a game, isn't there? It's one of them crazy ones. We live in a society that's throwaway. You know, how long is the next gen console going to last for? Normally, it's 5 years. It's a 5-year span between consoles. You know what I mean? PS5 is going to be a 7-year span. You know what I mean? The new Xbox, the same, probably 7 years. So every 7 years. So by the time I'm 70, I should have a PS6 and a PS7. I mean, you know, craziness. Why did they do that? Because the RAM prices and the AI journeys. Yeah, that's true. I agree. You know, I mean, RAM prices is crazy, aren't they? And AI this gen will go longer. Yeah, exactly. I think that a 7 to 8 year span for a console tells you a lot about what's happening. You know, when we were kids, I had a Mega Drive, and that was a 10-year lifespan before the next one come out. 10, 12 years before the Sega Saturn turned up and the Dreamcast. You know what I mean? The Sega Saturn had a very limited span. I think it was like 24 months. You know what I mean? You know, you know, 24 months before 10 years before we got a new gen console. 10, 12 years. Nowadays, 8 years is minimum. It's because technology's moving on so quick. I mean, we can't keep up with ourselves, let alone the technology that we're using. You know, it's one of those. It's craziness. It's totally mind blowing nowadays. You know what I mean? You know, Switch. How long from the original Switch was it until the Switch 2 come out last year? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It wasn't that long, was it? 5 years? 5, 6 years? Must have been. But Nintendo's got a habit of making a new gen console when there's no need for it, the way that I see it. Because they bought out the OLED one, didn't they? The OLED, the original Switch. They bought out the original Switch, then they bought out the OLED version, and then they bought out the Switch 2, which is now. Yeah, technology's moved on so quick. Robotnik. Yeah. It's crazy. I think life's gone mad as well because kids expect it. Our kids expect it now, not next week. And the problem is, it's peer pressure to buy stuff when it comes down to games and games consoles, because they know, and the companies know what they're doing. Then we say, oh, we're making so many units only, like they did with the PS5. You know what I mean? And now they only sold so many units day one. And then there's people buying 3 or 4 of them and selling them on eBay for around about £600, £700, £800 at one point when it first came out, the PS5. I was just taking the pick. It's worth waiting. Wait for a year after the console comes out. You're bound to find one somewhere at the original cost, not at the cost that CEX was selling them for. You know what I mean? And we're talking about £600, £700, £800 at one point. You know, there's still people selling it because they got the Slim, isn't they? PS5 Slim and the Pro. I mean, they're still selling for about. I mean, I see one in CEX, the Pro, It's still £800 in CX. They take in a box, mind you. No worries about a box. You don't. Yeah, you keep hold of the box, I suppose. I ain't kept. I think I kept hold of my box. I don't collect boxes. Sorry, I don't. I'm not a box collector. You know, if I want a console, I don't go and get it boxed. It ain't worth it. You know what I mean? You know, it's a bit like when I started collecting for the Super Nintendo collection. I don't know what I mean when it comes down to getting 50 cartridges in the space of 4 months. It was a waste of time me buying box stuff because I ain't got space for it. Carts only were cheap. And the problem is, it gets worse and it gets worse every time a new console comes out. Wait, bide your time. No rush. You know what I mean? You know, wait for it, for everything to calm down. And then grab it at the original cost. And then, you know, we're going, well, you're a year behind. I said, yeah, maybe, but at least I'll still get 7-8 years out of it. Oh, crazy. You know what I mean? It's one of those crazy ones where basically, what do? You know, it's all grab it while the going's good. And that's not good for no one, being honest. You know, you can see mothers and dads pulling their hair out for their kids to get the PS6 one Christmas, can't you, when it comes out? Sorry, I can't get you one due to the fact is I'm not forking out £700, £800 for it. You know, which is the right idea, being honest. You know, wait, patience always pays off. As I say, I got my PS5 about a year after it come out. It wasn't worth me spending that kind of money. You know, even though I love my PS5, you know what I mean, you know, but it's not in this room. It's in the front room. You know what I mean? Most of my next gen consoles, this generation consoles, I mean, are in the front room. You know what I mean? You know, and all the retro stuff's in here, which I love. You know, I love this room. Don't get me wrong. It's taken a while. It's taken at least 2, 3, 4 years to build the room the way it is. You know what I mean? You know, but I look in the room and I look in the hallway because all my games are in the hallway. All my media games. You know what I mean? You know, in the hallway. I look here and think, yeah, I've done well the past 5 years. You know what I mean? I think it's April the 3rd. It'll be my 5th year on YouTube. All the subscribers, you know what I mean? You know, I do appreciate them. You know what I mean? You know, it's one of those where I wasn't expecting to do so well. You know what I mean? I'm not a big YouTuber, not by a long way. But to get to 10,000 subscribers eventually this year, I hope, 8.5 now. Brilliant. You know what I mean? I know the algorithms of YouTube changed the past few months. You know what I mean? No, the views are going down. Even on big YouTubers, they're losing 500 plus. You know what I mean? You know, but my videos will go up again. It's all the case of I let the algorithm calm down. YouTube are saying 6 months before the algorithm properly kicks in and you start getting like subs back and stuff like that, because they take subs off here for no reason and then they put them back on. I had a couple of months like that last year where basically I wasn't worried about numbers. I don't worry about numbers. I do what I can. You know what I mean? I make videos because I want to make videos, not because I'm pressured into it. It's not a job. You know, it's a passion. You know, I'm not worried about views will help. Yeah, brilliant. You know what I mean? You know, it's not the subs. Not, you know what I mean? You know, yeah, you got the subs, but if you know what I mean, I'm not really worried. You know what I mean? For the part, I ain't been on for 14, 15 days because I needed a break. I'll be doing other things. I thought I'd do a live tonight. But I'm not worried. You know what I mean? 10,000 subscribers. Eventually, there's no rush on that. You know what I mean? You know, most people say, it should be more than that. I said, yeah, but, you know, my content is okay. You know what I mean? I said, I'm not a massive YouTuber. I'm only a small YouTuber. So 10,000, it's achievable at some point. We know that, you know. Anyway, people, right? It's nearly 2 hours. You know what I mean? I do appreciate Gary and Chris and Richard, you know what I mean, for turning up, and Tom for turning up. I do appreciate you. You know what I mean? I'm going to make a move. I'm going to have something to eat. I'm going to sit down and turn everything off in the bedroom, because this is a bedroom. You can see me dog in the background, Polar in the background on the bed. You know what I mean? Thank you very much, Gary. I do appreciate it, mate. You know what I mean? Great stream. Yeah, I'll probably be doing the next one next month. If I arrange a date for each month, I'll do a short first to tell you that I'm going on next day, or I might do it a few days earlier. Absolutely brilliant to hear from new people. I do appreciate it. I will see you on Thursday. I will get that. You know what I mean? The dog is gorgeous. Yeah, she's a pain in the butt. I actually got a black lab as well, Gary, which is inside the bed because my other half is asleep because she's ill. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She's getting old, lover. She's 12 now. I will be doing that video on Thursday, the game room tour. I've made a few changes from my last one. So I will be doing that for you. I'll probably do that on my phone. You know what I mean? Because I can get 4K out of that, which I only get out of my camera. I only get 1080p. Well, I might do it through there. See what happens. Anyway, I will see you Thursday. Take care. Thanks for joining me. I do appreciate it. You know what I mean? Let's hope that we have a better year than last year. You know what I mean? I'm aiming to be moving before the end of this year. Thanks everybody for being there. I will see you next time. Bye for now. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for being there, and thanks for listening. Bye for now.